Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome for the first time. All around, welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter for about the past 7 years. And in today's Freelance Friday video, I'm going to be doing a bit of a response video, a continuation of a very cool video that I watched recently by Wayne the Articulate Asian. He has so sweetly commented on several of my videos. I've checked out a few of his, and this one in particular, I just really felt like warranted some kind of a collab, although that's like, wait, I'm going to be responding to some thoughts on what he is sharing, and then also sharing my thoughts as well. If you haven't seen his channel yet, go ahead and check that out. It's very cool. He's posting a lot of really exciting content. Today we're discussing the struggles of being a freelancer. If you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you've seen that I try to keep it pretty real. I try to keep it very honest, down to earth. I'm not one for the hustle hard, brag about how much just be real. Freelancing is amazing for a lot of reasons, but it also is hard. And there is kind of this misconception that once you've got it figured out, you're just coasting. You don't actually have to work hard. You don't have to keep innovating. It just kind of like happens. And I think that I've touched on a lot of these points in a lot of my previous videos, so I'm gonna be like linking a bunch to those as well. Here we go. All right, we're gonna watch the whole ad because he deserves it. You don't have to though.
So as a seller on Fiverr, there are a lot of things that people aren't talking about. If you watch a lot of YouTube videos on Fiverr, everything seems like it's awesome and you're making a ton of money really quickly. I mean, I would say even my videos seem like that. Lots of times I get frustrated with the Fiverr platform.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm sure if you've done any amount of YouTube searching that's like Fiverr advice, Fiverr gigs, whatever, how to be successful on Fiverr, almost all of it is like, how do I make tons of money and have no skills and have to do no work? And that's just not the reality of the situation.
So I wanted to just be real with you and share some of the things that I struggle with being a Fiverr seller.
Okay, I know he's a voiceover artist and his title is literally The Articulate Asian, but oh my gosh, this guy is so articulate. I talk way too fast and he is a calming presence.
Getting orders on Fiverr. And I know what you're thinking, Wayne, you've made a ton of videos about how to get your first order and how to generate sales. How could a top-rated seller like you be struggling to get orders? It doesn't mean that I could stop hustling, trying to get new clients.
For me personally, this is not a big concern, but I do completely recognize that up until this very recent point in my career, it always was that uncertainty and just feeling like, how do you get orders? How do you get work? Because you have the skills, you are putting yourself out there. How do you actually get that to translate into orders? And that's really hard. It's really hard.
In today's landscape of a global pandemic, with so many people coming onto the platform to try to make some money online, today that's almost harder than it's ever been before.
Related on the flip side, because I always like to look at the positives if I can, in addition to having more sellers on the platform than ever before, which COVID has brought much an increase of traffic of new gigs and sellers, of people trying to leverage this to make ends meet or to explore different career options in this transition or whatever. But there's also a ton more buyers. I do think that the competition is getting steeper in the amount of just raw talent that there is on the platform, which is great for buyers. But there's also a lot more buyers, and I've noticed that the number of first-time buyers, of people who are brand new to the platform working with me, has drastically increased since the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm so lucky. It has been actually a really positive thing. I can't believe I just said that COVID has been positive.
One of the things that gets me through this is remembering that I need to look at my earnings on an annual basis, not daily or weekly or even monthly. Because depending on a whole number of factors that are out of our control, whether that be the political climate, if it's summer or winter months, how the global economy is doing, inevitably, we as freelancers will have ups and downs over the course of 365 days. So remembering that I have an end goal that encompasses 12 months definitely helps me get through some of the slow times.
Sometimes that stress of thinking about the year as a whole can make me, I feel like, take on too much or feel like I'm not performing at the level I need to be, especially early on in the year where I just kind of can't see how things are going to go. So on one hand, yes, it's very reassuring to look at the year as a whole, But it also has this weird weight on my shoulders, especially in the first 2 quarters of the year, to feel like, man, I have a lofty goal for myself. I need to be working hard so that I can push myself like successful for the rest of the year.
The second struggle I have is being a US freelancer on a digital platform. Aside from not being able to really articulate to my friends and family exactly what I do and how I make all my money, I definitely miss the security of a regular paycheck, benefits, retirement plan, even commuting to an office and being able to go out and grab a cup of coffee.
Okay, I'm young. I'm a little millennial, we know. I'm only 26. And I honestly have never had a real job. Like, as crazy as that sounds. I've had summer jobs. I worked part-time as a teacher for a couple months. I haven't had a full salary with benefits, expected, coming to the office certain hours. Like, I started doing this in college. I knew expectations of how I thought that my career was supposed to turn out and like look according to societal standards. But I think it's actually really lucky for me that I don't have to compare it to that, because I've honestly never lived it. Like, my husband obviously does. He's a teacher. He's on contract. I think it would be much harder to kind of convince yourself to live the lifestyle of being freelance and to overcome some of the challenges that come with that if you are coming from the stable traditional job. And yes, 100%, trying to explain my job to people, it's so hard.
Now, I do consider myself an introvert by nature, which means that I draw most of my energy from being by myself. That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the company of other people.
Yeah, working alone, just being alone. I am also hardcore 100% introvert, but I do heavily rely on my husband and my parents, my brother, just my family in general, to kind of have a sense of community. And I make sure that I do schedule time to be with people as much as the current pandemic allows, because it can be isolating, especially when the people around you are busy with their own lives that is outside and your whole busyness of your life is stuck inside. It's just that elusive work-life balance. We're all chasing it.
Thank you for watching my videos, and understand that it's okay to struggle, because selling on Fiverr is not something that's easy to do. But I, for one, am glad that you are on this journey with me. And even when times are hard, there's someone out there that knows exactly what you're going through.
All right. Thank you so much, Wayne. That video was very down to earth. It's okay to struggle, and we all do struggle. And so for me too, it's like I want to promote I don't want to come on here and just complain about being busy, or I don't want to complain about the things that I'm going through, because I want to help other people leverage the things that are so great about this kind of work and this kind of lifestyle that I've created. So I have created a list of my top 3 struggles, why I'm sometimes unhappy with the platform, because freelancing is a thing. Freelancing on Fiverr is a very specific thing. My number 1 struggle, I feel like, is just the lack of control. In general, I really like the way that the site works, but I wish that I had more control about declining work that I feel like doesn't fit me and making sure that it's a good fit before people order. And I've been saying this for years. It's been on the message boards forever in the Fiverr forum. People have been asking forever for the ability to not allow people to order without messaging you. There are some that just, they're okay. Like, maybe I'm overworked, which I currently am right now. And so when someone just places an order without messaging me first, they've already ordered. And I'm like, well, you know, the money would be nice and the project is okay. But if they had messaged me first to ask, I probably would have turned them down, or I would have pushed them in a different direction. But because they've already gone ahead and order, I feel like I'm on the hook, because I don't want to cancel the order, both for like seller stat reasons and also just for making money, obviously. I just feel like a little bit of guilt, or like I'm roped into it, because I don't have control in order to decide ahead of time if I will allow someone to order and it's going to be a mutual partnership, kind of having a gate that we have a little more control over who gets to enter Carrie's professional palace. Thing number 2 that I have always struggled with, but even more so now that I'm busier, is just feeling like you're always on the clock. And again, that comes with the freelance thing. Like, there's a lot of positive to that. You get to always set your schedule how you want. You're not required to be there for certain hours, and I am in control of that, but I'm also kind of not, because I have that looming response timer. And sometimes that means I'm sitting at dinner and I'm on my phone, or I'm literally in the grocery store and I will stop like what I'm doing in the aisle to answer someone back. I like it. I like that I can just send quick responses. I can be on call and helpful for my clients. But yeah, I also don't like that my life is constantly interrupted. And again, with this kind of like guilty feeling that if I do turn my phone off for an entire movie and I turn it back on and I have 5 messages, and I wish that the platform potentially had a way to set office hours, which they don't currently. Could I really enjoy a whole weekend away from work and not be penalized at all for delaying those orders until Monday? And the third struggle, can you guess it? Say it right now with me. 20% commission. Did you say it? I don't know. The 20% commission is steep. I'll be honest. I have always come to terms with it. I have defended it in a lot of cases, especially when people say, you know, I would never sell on Fiverr. It's so greedy of them to take that 20%. And I do rationalize it to myself well. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. And I'm basically paying for a service. That's how I see it. I'm paying for the traffic that they're taking care of. I'm paying for the tools for messaging and ordering. I'm paying for the customer service. I'm paying for fraud protection. I'm paying for the website hosting traffic. They are actively bringing in clients. They are actively promoting me to their audience. And I also just kind of think about it as just pricing myself 20% higher, so that by the time they take their cut, I'm still earning the amount of money that I feel reflects my level of professionalism, the experience that I'm delivering for clients, and all of those other good things. Would I like to get all of that money? Yeah. I mean, pay 10%, 5%. I think 10% I would be like, no qualms, 10%. 5% would be like, heck yeah. 20% feels steep, and I get that, and I struggle with that too. But in the end, I really think it's worth it. But yeah, I struggle with that. All right, so Fiverr, if you're listening, Micah Kaufman, the CEO and founder of Fiverr, actually commented on one of my videos. That was phenomenally cool. And then I got to do a teleconference with him to talk about my experience on Fiverr, things I'm looking for. If you're watching this, Micah or anybody else, those are my thoughts. Those are my 3 big struggles with the Fiverr platform. And I am a diehard fan. You could say I'm Fiverr's biggest cheerleader, but not everything's perfect. We're still working on it. And together, I will stay on the platform. You guys will keep rocking it out. And Wayne, also killing it. You guys, killing it. Like, it's just, there's a lot of potential here. And I'm very, very happy to be part of it. All right, that's the end of today's Freelance Friday video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and check in with me again for a chatty, unedited One Take Tuesday. If you are still watching, you are my actual hero. Thank you so much. It means the world to me that you are here and supporting my little channel as it grows. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to the struggle.